So, hey guys, welcome back with another video on Cyber War Labs where you get to learn about cybersecurity, ethical hackings, and also a red teaming videos where I used to show you how you can exploit Windows Defender real-time protection and other videos. So, let's talk about this today's video's topic. So, guys, in this video, I'm gonna use Hindi as well as English language both to make you understand much better. So in this video guys, we're gonna learn how you can exploit a Windows server by finding out the misconfiguration in the SMBs. ओके सो यहाँ पे हम क्या देखने वाले हैं exactly हम यहाँ पे पता करेंगे कि कैसे आप exactly अगर किसी Windows server में if there is any misconfiguration is available in the Windows server 2016 or 90 or 22, so how we can exploit with the help of SMB services. अगर आप मान लीजिए you are working as a penetration tester and if you find out that there is a SMB ports are open, okay, so how you can exploit that SMB port. So in this video I'm gonna demonstrate that only, but make sure guys whatever I'm doing right now here it's a complete safe environment. यहाँ पे मैंने जो भी यहाँ पे demonstrate कर रहा हूँ I'm doing in my own environment, okay, so make sure not to perform any attack without permission by the owner of that system. Okay, so let's start this video. So first of all what I'm gonna do now to save my time, I already performed the scan, okay, the nmap, because you also know that it take like 5 to 10 minutes to get the results. So what I have done, I have already done the scanning parts, and this is my this is our victim IP, which is 192.168.153, which is my Windows Server IP. Okay, and if we'll go here, so as you can see we find that multiple ports are open like 338953. Generally these types of results only you will get in the UAT environment, not the production. So basically UAT environment where like the products are in the testing phase, and in the production environment where the product like the product is already live, like users are interacting with that, people are doing their transactions, or people are like doing their daily activity with the application. But right now just take an example, you are a penetration tester and you have assigned a red teaming task and you have to find out the vulnerabilities in the UAT environment, and that application is running on the 2019 server. Okay, so you can see we got all the results, but our target is to exploit the machine on the SMB services. So how we gonna do that? So let's see, I'm gonna scroll it down more, so we can get the other informations also, like NetBIOS name, then then fully qualified domain name, then product version of the machine. Okay, then if I just scroll it down more, then we can see other detail like messages signings are enabled and required. So which means we can go for the enumerations, we can look what are the details we can collect. So what I'm gonna do now, as we know that SMB services are running on this machine, so next step what I can do, I'll simply go with SMB client to check what are the share files are available. Okay, so for that you can just simply type the SMB client like this, then put the IP address, and this time I'm gonna just type like this -L and press enter button. So right now you can see that we have all these share files are available like admin, CS, IPC, netlogan, profile shares, vaults and users. Okay, so the very critical or like very exciting folder we can find here is like the users. So let's see what we can find in the user section. Okay, so just take an example. Now what I'm gonna do now, as we have a share folder name which is name is like users, so let's do like this. This time I'm gonna remove the -L because now we are gonna define the share file name. Okay, so for this I'm gonna put the users, and here instead of n, let's see -u. Okay, now if I just press the enter button, let's see what it's asking. It's asking the password of my Kali machine, so let's put the password. Okay, now as you can see we have successfully got into the SMB services, but it's not that easy. In the real environment you need to sometime get access denied. But just take an example, if the server is not properly configured, so such types of misconfiguration can be happen and you can directly get the access of the server files. Okay, share name file. So now what I'm gonna do now, if I'll just press the enter button like ls for listing directory, so let's see what we'll get. Okay, so now you can see that we have a default section desktop ini JSON public. So यहाँ पे हमें क्या दिख रहा है, like JSON, which is a very interesting person right now here in our share file name. So what I'm gonna do now, we'll try to access JSON. Okay, so उसके लिए मैं क्या करूँगा, यहाँ पे will come out from like our user section. As we already know now there is a username whose name is JSON. So let's try to access the JSON directory. Okay, JSON say user. Okay, so let's put the password for our Kali machine. Okay, now what it's saying basically, tree connection failed, anti status bad network time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, we'll need to find out the password also. Okay, because it will not gonna give direct access, because there is a password protections allow for the JSON. And if you'll see properly, so there is also a profile share, right? There is also a share name, which name is profile share, and if you can see that the JSON is inside a profile share. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'll simply press the enter button again, and let's see. Yeah, as you can see that यहाँ पे जो है वो पासवर्ड मांग रहा है. ओके राइट. So now what we can do, just take an example, if the password is asking for a user, so what are the next step you can do. Okay, now we'll try to perform the brute force attack to see that if any misconfiguration or if any by default password has been set for the user in the testing phases, which can help us to find out the password. And we're gonna perform the brute force attack. For that, I'll simply do the hydra -l JSON, and I'm gonna use a word list which name is rocky.txt, which is available in your Kali machine by default. You can access in user shares word list, and which name is rocky.txt, and that's it. And now I'm gonna put my IP address, and we are exploiting the SMB, so that's why I'm gonna provide the SMB services. And let's do it. Okay, now I don't know the user password. I'm gonna I just put the default passwords. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now, I'll try to perform the brute force, and let's see if he'll possibly crack or not. So let's see, and press the enter button, and boom guys, now you can see that we have got the username also, and we got the IP like host, we got the SMB services, and we have the password also, right? So in the generally whenever you performing the testing on the UAT environment, you have to follow the same step. I'm not saying that this will work or this will not work. It totally depend upon the setting up the environment. So like what are the misconfiguration can be happen, or what are the testing what are the services they are enabled. But right now if you see that SMB services are open in the UAT environment, UAT basically you understand that it's under development, so you can go for all types of attack. There is no limitation for the tool. So right now we have the username and the password. Okay, so let's log in again, and the password is password, right? Now we are inside the JSON. So let's see the listing directory for the JSON, and let's go into the JSON. We can find if any confidential details. Okay, fine. So there is a script which is exploit.ps1. so let's try to run this script, exploit.ps1. let's see what will happen. Okay, so command is not found. If I'll try to just read this file, and we'll look what basically it's do. Okay, so type command now not working. If we'll go with the more. Okay, exploit to privilege escalations here. Okay, so basically this script is built to perform a privilege escalation. Okay, so in the JSON we haven't found anything. So what we can do, as we have username and the password, so what more we can do, we can go for the Evil-WinRM. Okay, so Evil-WinRM is basically the services running in Windows only. If that service is running, we need to identify from here only. Let's see, and yeah, here you can see that discovered open port 5985, and if I'll just scroll it down, we can also see here the results of 5985. Basically it's confirming that WinRM services are running in our Windows machine, right? If I just scroll it down more, okay, it will here only. Fine. So right now we cannot see, but with these results we can confirm that the WinRM services are running on this given IP. So what I'm gonna do now, as we have right now username and password also, a low level user we have. Now we need to go for the further attacks. Okay, so we're gonna use Evil-WinRM to perform the privilege escalations or the further exploitation steps. So here we go, Evil-WinRM -i interface, then our IP -u the JSON -p for the password. The password is only the password we already cracked from the Hydra. So let's press the enter button. Let's see what will be the results. And yes, as you can see guys, the username is the correct, and WinRM services were running in our Windows environment. Now what I'm gonna do now, I'll simply change the directory, and let's see what we'll get now. Okay, now we can see that we have hacker tools, inet pubs. So now it's give you a full access of that particular machine. Okay, right now you have a full access of this machine. The reason JSON is no matter is a low level user, but still we can access the machine. And let's see what else we can find out, right? So right now I will go into the users, because I cannot see anything important except users. Now inside the directory, okay, now we have a JSON, Jones, public, and there is an administrator. So right now our task is to find out something credentials, like something confidential detail. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll directly jump to the Jones, because we haven't found out anything in the JSON when we access the Jones or like SMB client where. Okay, so right now we have JSON app desktop documents. Let's put and go into the desktop to find out something like that. Okay, fine. So there is nothing like which can help us. So let's come out from JSON, sorry, Jones, and this time we'll access administrator. Okay, let's find out if we get anything in the administrator. Okay, so we have desktop, documents, downloads, favorites. Okay, right now what I'm gonna do now, I'll simply try to access the desktop. If any permissions are not allowed, let's see. Okay, boom, now we can access the desktop, and here we go. Now the the last task is that we have to read this flag, that which is a flag.txt. Type flag.txt, and let's see what we'll get. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, and boom, can you see that we have find out the credentials, like confidential details, like there is a CC which is credit card details 1234567899110. I just created this, but overall the main motive of this video to show you how you can actually exploit the SMB services if not properly configure, if there is any misconfigurations is there. So how an attacker can perform the SMB attacks, and how they can perform the low level to privilege escalation, and they can also access admin machines. So in this video, that's it guys. Hope you enjoy and hope you learn something new. In the next video we're gonna learn more, where we will see that how we can bypass the firewall rules, also how we can like bypass the admin like access or like admin restrictions. But as of now, in this video, that's it. We'll meet in the other video. Hope you enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like this video.